You can hear this. You are not alone. This is the Resistance.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tin Man with the Resistance. If you're watching this, you are the Resistance. And in a previous video, I was asked a question. I didn't want to get too far into the whole dynamics of it. I didn't even answer the question because I didn't have a lot of time left in the video. But the question was in regards to YRV, Your Rights Vigilante, and this individual asked, what is the deal with that YRV guy in his comments and whatnot on anonymous videos on your channel? And before I answer this question, I want to point out that I'm not going to bash or slander the guy or anything like that. I'm just going to stick to the facts, pure and simple. YRV is, in a sense, for the most part, an activist who came up with an idea of how to fix the government. And as an anon supporter at the time, he proposed his plan to the members of the Anonymous Collective. I don't know who all he talked to, but he proposed it to varying members of Anonymous who, in a sense, didn't like his idea and shot it down. And it wound up turning into a huge fight between him and whoever he was talking about, and eventually resulted in a trolling war between him and any Anons who will humor the argument. He's made videos against Anonymous. Anonymous members have made videos against him. And what it all comes down to is the guy put a lot of effort into his plan. And I can relate to where he's coming to in a certain respect. From an artist standpoint, you know, when you create something and you put a lot of work, you pour your heart and your soul into it, and then you put it out there for the world to see, and if people don't like it, it hurts. But in the case of YRV, he doesn't take well to criticism or rejection. Yeah, he doesn't take no for an answer very well, unfortunately. You know, and that's pretty well self-evident if you look at some of the comments in the paper trail on YouTube. You know, it's quite vast. You know, but I can relate to where he's coming from. You know, I wouldn't personally resort to such actions when, you know, my ideas or something I create gets shot down. But, you know, like I said, the guy put in a lot of work, and I can understand his hurt, you know, when his plans get shot down by people and people reject it. You know, I can understand his hurt. I don't agree with his actions, but I do understand his feelings on the matter. So I won't knock the guy on that. You know, as far as his plan goes, you know, I saw his plan when he first came to my channel. He was trolling a few videos that were on my channel. I talked to the guy and he threw out his plan. I watched his videos. And despite the fact that it was a well put together plan, you know, he clearly put a lot of work and effort into it. You know, me personally, I felt that it had far too many holes in it. I felt that there were easier solutions and whatnot. You know, I'm not going to go into the dynamics of his videos or anything. You know, if you want, you could look at his videos and make your own determinations. But me personally, I felt that, you know, despite the fact that it was well put together and clearly a lot of effort was put into it, it had a lot of holes in it. And that is aside from the fact that even if the plan was flawless and perfect and the best solution I had ever heard, interacting with this gentleman and seeing his actions and the way he acts, I personally would not follow an individual who would result to such actions in response to something as simple as rejection. You know, that's nothing personal against the founder of YRV. It's just Not a lot of people respond well to individuals who act like that. And that's a given. And the reason that this guy came to my channel and was posting these comments to better answer the question, he's got the personal vendetta against Anonymous because they shot down his idea, and to him they are evil, based on whatever research he's done, or maybe it's his based on his own personal feelings and vendetta, feels that Anonymous is bad and corrupted and is, in a sense, pushing for a negative result in, as he put it, terrorist actions. He makes his videos against Anonymous stating such, and at which point he will also promote his YRV plan. And he and I had many conversations in the past. He even offered me, when he and I were talking peacefully, he offered to make me the quote arbitrator of his plan, and I stated simply, I was more than willing to help him remarket himself, help get him a better image, but he would have to cut the shit. I didn't say he had to stop his campaign against Anonymous, but stop the trolling and stop the promoting at other people's expense, where he would go in his videos and say, oh, Anonymous is this, this, and this, and they did this, this, and this, but you wouldn't have this problem if you followed YRV. And that's clear as day in his own videos. I'm not trying to slam the guy or anything. That's just verbatim what's in his videos. And, I tried to work with the guy and help him remarket himself, so that he wasn't having these problems. And it didn't pan out. And unfortunately, the guy's just going to do his own thing. I respect that. That's his thing. If he wants to go down that path, who am I to stand in his way? So he does his thing, and he is, in a sense, not returned to my channel for some time. I'm sure I'll probably see him again, especially after this video airs. But, it is what it is. But I'd at least like to point out again, as I said in the beginning of this video, this is not in an effort to slam him or degrade him in any way. It's just me answering a question, which is a question I've been asked many times. I'll put it out there. I made videos about him in the past, which, despite the fact I felt were truth and were spot on, resulted in an unnecessary trolling war, which I didn't want and didn't want to waste my time with, so I took them down. And he had even made videos against me stating, that calling me a terrorist and all this other shit. In fact, here's a little bite from that.
This is the face of a terrorist. This individual suffers from some sort of bipolar, paranoid schizophrenia, possibly even Asperger's disease. This individual, if you run across him on the streets, do not approach him. He will likely kill you, thinking that you're some kind of government entity chasing him down. This one here, message opening statements about Your Rights Vigilante and the proposed plan of the Your Rights Vigilante, total fabricated, flat out lies, and I'll prove it to you. Hello, my name is Daniel of the Your Rights Volunteer Movement, and today's video is concerning a channel called Resistance 2058. It is my personal opinion that this individual is an actual American terrorist. Again, my personal opinion.
But, You know, long story short, I had told him, go ahead, more publicity for me. Thanks for the free publicity. But I had taken down the videos because I didn't want to be noted for that. That's not who I am. I'm not going to sit there and troll with other people. That's not who I am. So, that's that. I don't really have much more to say on the matter. I wish the guy well. You know, I wish I could have reasoned with the guy, but we all have our own path, I guess. But till next time, if you're watching this, you are the resistance.